Maybe you should have driven slower. Can I delete this save file? There you go. Delete. Confirm. All right. Time to try this again. I think we're going to play medium again. We're just going to keep her on medium until we get one win in. Just so I got something I can put up on YouTube. And then after that, we'll go back to bashing my forehead against hard. Well, not quite bashing my forehead. For me, on medium, I win about like 90% of the time. On hard, I win about 60. And then on ultraviolence, I maybe win 1 in 50. So that's about where we're at. But I'm also really rusty, so... I need a different name because Dig Dug was cursed. So chat, give me a good Space Marine name. It doesn't actually need to be a good Space Marine name. First sub of the day, Von Roland. Thank you very much for keeping that subscription line for 46th month. 46 goddamn months. Master Payne, retired Navy vet. I like that name. Do you think Navy will even notice?
Something's gone wrong.
Some of you may understand that reference if you were here last week. But, you know, for whatever it's worth, Orange, I think you might be safe for a while because Navy said that he's going to wait until the next time Tarn's on the stream before setting my brain on fire. Anyway, they did add mouse support to this, which actually seems pretty functional, which I'm kind of surprised about. I don't know why I'm surprised by that, but... I don't know if you can shoot with the mouse, though. You can move with the mouse. That's a annoying spot to start. So shoot you. Step back here. Use adrenaline. And do that. And you give me your shotgun and your knife. Although Slith, I don't know how much of a difference it makes to you. I know that you say that you like watching medium or hard, but from my very scientific chat questionnaire, chat can't actually tell the difference between easy, medium, and hard unless I point it out. So generally, from what I can tell, people don't like who watch this game or who like watching this game just like watching shit explode. They don't actually care about what difficulty the streamer is playing on. But it'll also just be me being naive. It's a good room. You come over to me now. Bop. Not bad. Well, it depends. I could understand why they could complain if you're too early. Like, if it's a warehousing situation, they may literally not have space for the stuff that you've brought them. So, I could understand that complaint for you being too early. Like, I could definitely understand that complaint. Yeah, I've never even seen Apocalypse, so. I've never really gone through the process of unlocking it. Mostly because I know that I'm not good enough to play on it, so I don't really care all that much.
Oh, this will be a mess.
Well, this is fun. Speaking of... So if you like watching things explode, this is gonna be fun. Oh my, indeed. Jesus! I didn't even do that! They did that to themselves. Oh, come on. How did that not hit those barrels? Well, I mean, you did your job too efficiently. No, I don't know. I guess I'm kind of siding with the person that you're delivering shit to. It's like, I get it. You got to be efficient. You got to be fast. But, like, I also know that you have a tendency of just, like, driving manic amount of hours. Like, I have a tendency of working like a crazy person. Kill them with barrels before they kill themselves? Yeah, I mean, bonus points if they kill themselves, but... It's just like, because I've been thinking about Halo way too much recently, because I've been playing a bunch of Halo, because Halo's really fun. It's just like in Halo, when the grunts are like, "Save me! He's coming to kill me!" It's the best part of Halo 1.
Heavy metal.
Ow. See the second guy? Except it's, if you don't kill me, I'll kill myself! I would actually kill for a Halo overhaul mod for this game. I know that Epion has joked in the past about trying to get the Doom license. I would kill if they gave him the Halo license. Because I would love a Halo Tactics. The kind of funny thing about that, though, is like they already have those twin-stick shooter, like, I want to say Halo knockoffs almost, that are just not very good. It's like, well, I mean, if they threw the license around enough to make a twin-stick shooter, like, why not like a top-down tactics game? That would be so much fun. You could have little movement patterns for the different enemy types. Like, I could, like, imagine how that could work, like, in Halo combat encounters. Like, you could pretty easily do that. Imagining this with the Prey license, is that a barrel or a mimic? You know, I don't... I haven't played Prey, so I don't know that much about that, but I don't know how well prop hunt mechanics would work in a roguelike. I feel like that would just be kind of like an exercise of shooting the wall. And your patience. Oh, thank Christ this ain't Doomerel. Otherwise that would have destroyed that helmet. I have a new hat. See if my XP goes up. Yep, I killed something. There's a lot of armor on this floor. Oh boy! Oh no, totally, but mimics... I think mimics work really well in roguelikes and like action-adventure games when they are either the sole focus of the game, like Prey, or when they are a weird anomaly that you have to expect but can't always plan for because they're rare, right? And I think that mimics are best as a rare occurrence instead of a main enemy in a game like this. You know what I mean? Like, if Epion were to put mimics in this game, I think that would be really cool. But imagining this game where, like, there's mimics on most floors, it would stop it. It would cease being fun, right? So you really would have to do it sporadically. But it's not a roguelike, but has anybody here played Fights in Tight Spaces? God, I really like the bleed. The more I think about it, the more I like this. Bleed resistance. That is really nice. Fights in Tight Spaces. It's a card game. It's a deck builder card game, which they probably call a roguelike, but I refuse to. So it's a deck building card game where you build a deck, and the whole point is to literally be John Wick and beat the crap out of a bunch of dudes in a small room. That's the game. But like your cards will be like roundhouse kick or like vault over object or like do a 360 kick or like do a Superman punch or like pick up object and throw it and that sort of stuff. So you have a deck of cards and a set of moves to kind of puzzle your way out of these little puzzle fights. I've seen some gameplay of it. I haven't played it, but it looks really neat. Like I don't generally like deck builders, so I'm kind of like hesitant to try it in the get-go, but it's like the only deck builder that I've really seen pop up in recent memory where I'm actually like, "Oh, this is cool." Friend of mine is spamming me in regards to friend of mine's spamming me about going snowshoeing, and we need to book passes for shuttles. You had a short meeting? Well, welcome back, Infinity. We had a crash in this earlier, so we've just restarted, but I'm assuming you left while I was still playing Age of Empires. Age of Empires was a bunch of fun. Got to play 2 games. Kind of like halfway debating on whether or not I should put the Age of Empires stream on YouTube or not. Probably will. How'd the multiplayer end? We raffle stomped some more AI and it was fun, and I think we're going to do it again. An EGLS launcher in Callisto level 5. Well, I know I'm going to Callisto level 5 now because I don't know what that is, but I'm assuming that's one of the new things. I mean, okay, hold on a second. If it's an Eagles launcher, does that mean I can send them to Hotel California? Crickets? Well, we're going to Callisto level 5 then. You mean a demo? Can I just say that my biggest pet peeve in the games industry right now is, yo, releasing demos doesn't really bring us more traffic, and we actually have to market our game to get people to look at and play our demos. So instead of releasing a demo, we are instead going to release a free separate game as free to play, which then rockets up to the top if it's an even remotely anticipated game of the recent releases, thus causing other games that are trying to sell and get sales on the front page of Steam to get pushed down. Can I just say that that is like disgusting, and Steam needs to stop that? Because there are so many games that are legitimately losing sales because they come out on a day where 50 fucking like games from Playway SA release on that day. They're like, there's 8 prologues out, and then it's like, I've legit looked at Steam before, and it's like there's 5 prologues and 1 game actually for sale, and 8 other cool looking games that came out that day, but all the prologues are free, so they rocket up the most downloads and pop up on the popular section. I hate that. It drives me insane. Lump, what's up? It's good to see you. Even though some games I like have had prologues, but man, I hate that so much. But I hope that you're doing well. Playway is a particularly bad one, which is why I threw out that name, but like, and they were like the first one that I saw doing that, Epion, but like, I know for a fact that lots of publishers do it now. It's like, Hype Train Digital does it, like, I could start naming publishers, but maybe I shouldn't, but. Did it change a bit, or are you hallucinating? I think you're hallucinating. Because I haven't changed it at all. None of that's changed. All right, so I'm kind of scared to go to Docking Bay again because that's where we got the crash. So I guess we're going to go... I still want to go to level 5, though, because I want to see what that gun is. So let's just move around this floor. Yep, I posted a crash report. It was when I killed one of the bots in Docking Bay. It crashed twice in the exact same spot, so I restarted. Zoom's incoming? What? Hey, Diamond. Oh, is that the crash report? I was gonna play Songs of Six today, and then I noticed the update came out, so I had no idea this was even out today. Ow. Can you just die already, please? Thank you. That was a real bad angle for me. I shouldn't have just kept shooting, but I did. It's Vampire that crashed it, not Docking Bay? Oh, is it because Vampire can't heal off robots? Noted. That would be my assumption. Oh, I know, Sliff. I'd prefer not to have tips, though. I generally realize my own mistakes as they're happening. I blame most mistakes right now on Rust, though. If I want tips, I'll ask for them. You'll hotfix that in a sec. Tell me when to restart the game, because I want to play Vampire. I'll just play real slowly. It's fine. Or I'll just die here.
That's better.
All right. Also, thanks, by the way, for sorting out the crash. Donk. What are you? Ooh. Love me an autoloader. I hate me a no HP. Let's stand here until he's done shooting. Stab him to death. And grab, rip, and tear. There we go. That's kind of what I was banking on. But how are you doing today, Diamond? T is good to see you. Played some Age of Empires earlier with team. That was fun. And then was going to play Songs of Six, and then noticed that this had come out, so I like streamed Songs of Six for 2 minutes today. So I was like, ooh, Jupiter Hell Patch. Got to play that. I was legit thinking out loud yesterday. I was like, when is this going to get a patch? Like, it feels like it's about time. All right, so I guess I got to go unlock Vault then. Looking for any doors I've missed. Out of the fuck? Beating the shit out of the fucker in Jupiter. Yes. Because I don't see shit to pick up.
I don't see shit to pick up. I can't see shit.
They made an AoE board game? That's my response to that. No. I don't really play board games. Like, I have some friends, but most of them are international. And I also, like, never play board games, so. Holy shit. That's a busy room. You know, every now and again, I really wish that I had a poison grenade super early. All right, well. Wasn't too bad. Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Smoke grenade's sad. All right, I'm just gonna pick you up for right now. How many multi-tools do I have? I don't really feel like using that on my armor right now. I have played the Civilization board game, though. A lot of pieces. Played it once. Wasn't fun. But I could see how it could be fun if you actually, like, put the time into it. Please die. Did I close the door? Yeah, I shot the shotgun, Used adrenaline, took a hit, closed the door, reloaded, they opened the door, and I shot again. Alright, that's just the I've played a roguelike before strat. See, I've played a rogue before in a roguelike. I know how this works. Lock the door, and then yell at them. And laugh at them as they open the door and I already have my new beam attack charged up. They'll never expect it. Call me the Spanish Inquisition, because nobody will ever expect me. That is actually kind of hilarious why the game was crashing, though. It's like, I'm trying to heal off of something that I can't heal off of. It's literally like, why was the game crashing? A typo, probably. If it was any other gun, I'd be carefuler with ammo, but this is a fucking 9mm early in game. I don't care. Yeah, I get so irritated when things fall down in doorways. Because I always just want to, like, lock doors and things' faces, and it's like, you can't close the door. There's a bullet in the way. It's like, fuck you, there's a bullet in the way. It's like dwarves in Dwarf Fortress just, like, leaving a sock in the door, and then the door gets propped open for all eternity, and you're like, God damn it! Move the damn sock! Close the door, lock the door. Mm-hmm. Yep, close the door, lock the door. Or like Dungeon Mans and their door spikes, where you just like lock the door, spike the door, and then just like wait for a minute and heal while they just... The editor Parafunk hasn't been tested with Vampyr. So do I restart game, or do I just wait? I'm just kind of playing slowly. Which I admittedly should probably be doing anyway. Wait, okay. Well, I mean, I'm level 4, so we've got a bit to go before I hit level 6. Ow. 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 Eat bullet. The sock allows the fun to come inside. That's a sentence I never want to think about again, because that could go way too many directions. You know, I kind of want to swap the rocket launcher out for a grenade launcher. I think I'm going to do that. I think I'm going to do that. Or the shotgun out for the grenade launcher, pardon me. Need to find one. Pretty sure yeah, there's one.
If you can't nuke them from orbit, this is the next best thing.
Because there's quite a few bullets on the ground for it. Yeah, no, like I've said this many times. Like, my greatest enemy in this game is the music. Not because the music is bad, but because the music is driving fast music, and this is a slow thinking game. But when you're playing slow thinking game, listening to go fast music, the Gustav must drive fast. And then when you arrive at Grandma's house and your head is missing, and you're like, ah, fuck. I had the same problem with Doom RL back in the day. Stab you. Ooh, that's a nice gun. You know, I could go Valhalla Terminal, actually. Problem is this run I don't have a single red card yet. Oh well. It's time to walk slowly over here. But to anybody who isn't aware, if you don't own this game, I like to think that most of the people watching the stream do. But if you don't, it is 20% off currently. Due to the fact that an update came out this morning. Which is a pretty good price for this game. Will change quite a bit next update. Yeah, but that's not till February. Like that's like a year. That's like next year, man. That's like next year. There was Tygo earlier was asking about fully procedural destruction, which is still a very hyped feature. It's certainly faster than Hotel California. I mean, like, there's like 1 or 2 ambient tracks in this, but like the BPM of this is like not that high, but it's still like I want to go punch things music, not really I want to chill. Now waiting for the automated system to build the thing and deploy to Steam. Just shout at me when I restart. I mean, I'm just kind of wasting time. I'm glad I caught that and not somebody else. But probably not soon. Yeah. Yeah. That's kind of what I figured. It's like your Magic update. Dwarf Fortress is always the... Blind, are you excited about the Magic update? It's like, well, no, because it's not going to be out for 10 years. And I know that. That's what we're going to do. It's like if I got excited about updates that weren't going to be out for a decade, life would be boring. So how's things been post last patch? I hope you got to take a break at some point. That's the wrong button. At this engine. I'm just impressed with this engine, Sliv. Like, genuinely. Like, the one thing that, like, really kind of resonates with me is when I see people who don't play these types of games play this one, like, even if they don't particularly like the game itself for, like, you know, maybe just not liking the genre, usually they end up enjoying the game visually. Just the way shit explodes is just fun to watch. Especially with, like, you know, the Gibbs and such. That might hit me, but it didn't. Bonk. Let's do that. Get you. And you. Not a bad little streak. Want to hear something ridiculous? Today is the day the August launch money finally arrived in your accounts. That is ridiculous. What the fuck? Why does it take so long? Is Steam really that slow with paying people? That's wild. Yeah, I've never played the Alien Breed games, so. That wasn't the interview that I did, was it? Because that definitely came up in the one that I did. That's... Okay. That makes a little bit more sense, but still, fuck, that sucks. Jesus Christ. Well, at least now you can pay bills. At least they haven't shut... If I didn't pay my internet for 2 months, they've shut it off after the first month, so... At least you still have internet. Jeez. That's whack. The internet was the only bill you did pay. It's the only thing that really matters. Who needs heating? I reference this movie more than any human being should, but has anybody seen the movie Zack and Mari Make a Porno? Because there's this brilliant scene in that movie where they're just like sitting in their living room with like a burn barrel and they're just burning books to not die of like freezing to death. They're just like sitting there in like small town, middle of nowhere US, just like covered in snow, just like indoors burning stuff in a burn barrel because they have no power. It's so fun. That's just how I imagine everybody is whenever they're just like, yeah, I haven't paid bills for 3 months. It's like, oh my God. So you're like me that one time. I did that. That's not fun. Gotta pay the internet, though. Also just, like, checking for... Oh, hey, there's a patch, I think. No, not quite. Well, I'm about to level up, so this is a problem. Guess who just unlocked Summoner? Guess who's about to, like, kill their character so that they can go play Summoner? You. Damn it. Summoner was and is and always will be my favorite class in Tome. But Dark God breaks it every other patch, so sad. There's been a good couple times where Summoner was so broken you couldn't level up. Like, just the UI would break, and there was no way to fix it. The game will crash the moment you kill a mechanical enemy. Yeah, I assume it's because I can't, like, regen off of them. Yeah. Well, I want to take vampires, so that's why I'm waiting for this patch to pop up. Because I only have 625 XP until I level up again. Unfortunately, we had to sacrifice a character, though. Summoner ruins players' interaction in a lot of dungeon crawlers. I mean, this is Tome we're talking about, right? So, if you're not killing things by smacking your face against it, then you're keeping other things from killing you by activating 50 different abilities. Like Tome is the one roguelike that I think might actually have too many activatable abilities. It's like my biggest criticism against a lot of like modern roguey inspired games. Ooh, purple shiny. Ooh, there's the launcher that we were going for, the UGLS launcher. This weapon cannot be reloaded. Pardon? Launcher system useless once all ammo is used up. Does a lot of damage though. Around 5 minutes. All right, chat. We gotta waste time for 5 minutes on this floor. But yeah, my biggest criticism for a lot of like modern rogue-inspired games, including the one that I love to mention, which is Stone Shard, is like 40 minutes into a run, you'll have like an ability, and then like you can rub your forehead against things to kill them, and you'll have like 2 different weapons. Stone Shard's gotten better on this front now, but it's still not great. And a lot of those games, it's like, well, I have like 2 abilities, and they're kind of not that fun. This game has guns, so that kind of like remedies that. You don't really need a lot of activatables because everything is kind of an activatable. But like melee-based dungeon crawlers that don't really have a lot of activatables end up just being kind of non-interactive and like not that interesting to play. Whereas Tome is just like the exact opposite extreme where it's like, do you want 200 spells? Because we got like that many. You could probably have that many. You could also equip anything to your hotbar that's activatable, including any rune or like, so you could just have like 12 runes, like 5 abilities, 8 activatables, 4 different items that all activate differently, and you can just hotbar all of them. And it's just like, well, I got 4 hotbars now, so like, where do I put them? You just killed the Shade boss? Yeah, that's a fun one. Yeah. Tell me you kept running out of hotbar slots all the time? Yep. Yep. They have 12 scrollable hotbars? Yes. 12 scrollable hotbars. Yes, the hottest bars. Well, on the bright side, streaming has given me this incredible skill of wasting time. Ow. This marine is on fire. Not anymore.
My pack's full.
My pack's full? Well, that's an atrocity. That's a little redundant that it would let me do that. You did remember to, like, make it not auto-reload, right? I'm assuming you did. And I don't want to waste an update on this, but, like, there's part of me in my brain that's like, what if it just auto-reloads when I swap to it, and I have a gun with unlimited ammo? It's probably not going to work, but... swap harness on my knife, pick that up. Ooh. The expendable grenade launcher thingy. The one that can't be reloaded. This one. Well, I'm level 6, so is the patch out yet? You wasted so many mod packs? Yep. Would work properly? Well, let's restart this. Start Steam. See if that patch is out yet. Now don't kill bots. I mean, I'm just gonna wait for the update to come out. Hot fix. Not yet. Yep. Steam's being slow. Hi, back. I'm blind. Good to have you back, Spooky. Did I encounter the crash again? No, I encountered a wild developer who has fixed the crash. I'm just waiting for the hot fix to come out so that the crash doesn't happen. I'm too busy doing your job, apparently, Spooky. Just like, you know, doing indie dev QA. Now we're just waiting for patch to come out. Must have been before, like, it must have, like, something else must have gotten tweaked that broke it again. I'm assuming you're talking about, like, beta branch wins, right? Live development and production, yep. Just stream, your friendly local streamer here helping with quality assurance. So go make dinner. Not to be 5 p.m. If guy asks for dinner, make dinner. Hope he do the same for you. On last night's changes when adding new exotics. Yeah, I mean, something broke something. It's fine. I'm not even mad. I'm just like chilling. I'm just happy I get to play this game again. I've been waiting for an update. There's no real sweat here. I'm more just hoping that other people haven't run into the same crash. I was like, yo, class that got a lot of changes. Now broken. So, Epion, if I can ask, since the due to tax problems, Steam didn't pay you for your launch money yet, does that mean you got everything since then in one big lump sum, or are you now just like eternally delayed? You're so excited to work on that stuff? Hell yeah. When do you start working on the next game? Going to restart Steam again? I just got offered a sponsored deal for a company that I'm not interested in working with. Since about 2007, maybe even 2005. Oh, never mind. Oh, brilliant. YouTube's just like, you have to sign contracts again. Cool, thanks. I guess I got more paperwork to do tonight. No downloads yet. Boo. But yeah, the first roguelike I played was Moria. Well, no, the first roguelike I played was a game called Dungeons of Doom, which was on the Mac 2. I played Moria, I played Angband, I played Adom, because I didn't have internet. And there we go. Updates out. Cool. 1.5 meg. One point one, you mean 1.2A? Adom was like my 5th. I mean, we'll find out in like 10 seconds if it's gonna crash, so. We will find out in like 10 seconds. And then I played a bunch of Doom the Roguelike around, I want to say about 2011-ish, while I was in queue for League of Legends mostly. So I never really took the time to get good at it. No crash. Hell yeah, fixed. I need to verify. I mean, restarting Steam, the patch downloaded, and I just installed, and it worked. No.
Rinse. Repeat.
All right. I don't have 2 red. Oh no, I do have 2 red cards. Okay. I don't remember picking up another one, but I apparently have 2. Yeah. So I messed around with the mouse control stuff for like 10 seconds. Can you shoot with the mouse, or is it just movement with the mouse right now? This is what priority support looks like. I mean, man, if you didn't update it, then some poor fool, like when you're asleep, is gonna run into that crash, and they're just gonna be SOL. But that's not what I wanted to do. Unlock North Sector. That's what I wanted. Right-click shoots with mouse. Okay. Nor gamepad. That is cool. I mean, it felt just fine playing with it. for like the 5 minutes that I did. Which means I know somebody who's going to be very happy about that because he can now play the game while holding his baby. I actually, legit, there's somebody who hangs around my chat sometimes who was commenting early, like shortly after the game hit 1.0, that he was, that he was sad that the game didn't have mouse support, not because like he can't use keyboard or a controller, but because he has to hold a baby while playing games most of the time. So it's just like, well, I mean, it's helpful. I could just use the mouse because I could hold my daughter and then play the game. Made out of non-renewable materials. Will serve you well for some time. High protection, but can't be repaired. No, I'm not actually referring to Torpid. Is Torpid in the same situation? Yeah, that's a new armor. That's definitely a new armor. Oh, I already unlocked the lower one. Unlikely waste another mod pack. I will just kind of assume it will work properly. Although I'm kind of like not super keen to use any mod pack on that.
What do we have here?
Grenade drum. Whoa. 40x3? Whew. I mean, I feel like I'd rather just keep the auto repair and then swap to a blue or a red armor when I find it. Whew. Can't wait to try this puppy out. It's got 9 bullets in the chamber. Or 9 shells in the chamber, rather. I can't even reload it. I do not want to bleed, though. Although... smaller blast radius, but more damage. Yeah, I think I'll just hang on to that. Did I ever do the arena quests? No, I haven't. Not in Tome. Cool. Well, perfect time to waste a smoke grenade. Excellent. Got him. Two. You 3. You 4.
What do we have here?
Super shoddy. Rinse, repeat. Game's being too nice to me. When this game starts being nice to me, I don't trust it. It's like, what are you plotting? My inevitable demise, I assume? Time to use a... There's smoke, I think. Yeah, I'm glad I used the smoke. Ooh, ammo. I did look at the patch notes, but as I was telling Slith earlier, I forget all of them by the time I get in game. I should probably like be referencing them. All right. Yeah, you know, I don't know if it's a problem with my intelligence or just the amount of weed I smoke, but like me actually retaining knowledge from patch notes is like about as efficient as a sieve retaining water. I'm fine when reading like documents of importance, but when it's like, ooh, changes for video game, okay, I just want to play game. Like my brain just shuts off when I read patch notes. Now, does this repair armor? I'm assuming this doesn't. Yeah, okay. I needed to know. I'm gonna calibrate that. And the knife. Yeah, this is true. And then I can swap to you. Do that. And then be disappointed it didn't kill the guy at the back. And take a few steps this way and grab a knife again and wait. And then wonder why he walked away, because his friends just exploded there. You'd think that, like, you know, you'd go investigate, right? You'd think?
Rest in pieces, chucklefuck.
Clearly not. Plants? Who even needs them? Desks? Is it 5 years since the Kickstarter being funded? 5 years since I worked at McDonald's. Chat, can I get a round of beers and congratulations for this video game existing and Epion surviving Kickstarter and another 5 years after a Kickstarter, which is like an absolute crazy feat. Considering how many games don't even make it through the whole Kickstarter process and then make it out and then don't actually get like finished. It's kind of incredible. I was doing some research on all the Kickstarters that have failed like for a couple recent videos, and it's like there are so many failed Kickstarters or like games that were funded for a boatload of money and then just kind of like slowly withered away and vanished. So many of them.
Spaceport. Hope there's a working dropship here.
You'd probably leave the area. Yeah, but the guy didn't leave the area, though. He just kind of walked back to his patrol route. It's like, oh, you're dead now. Okay, bye. It's like, I would have understood if he, like, threw his hands up and screamed and went, ah, and ran away. That would have made logical sense. But I'm just going to walk over here and stand here until you come over here kill me, too. Just, I don't know. I lose the logic in that. Maybe I'm just being insensitive, but they're very dedicated to the art of defending those plants there. Doors keep opening. There's things there. It's like, oh, you're just following me. Okay. That makes a lot of sense. That hurt. A lot more than I thought it would. I definitely didn't forget that I had a grenade launcher and not a shotgun on that button. Definitely didn't forget. I definitely forgot. What are you accusing me of? That would have been kind of amazing, actually, if it just blew me up. Would have been like, well, I guess I deserved that. As I run all the way down here. Ow. Thanks for the splody ammo, though. Not a bad shotgun, actually. Kind of super tempted to take that shotty. All right, let's jump back over to the patch notes for a second here. So Plasma SMG, which I'm assuming pops up around IO. I've found 2 exotics in the early game. Both of them are, one of them you can't reload, then the other one you can't repair. I also got that exotic grenade launcher, which I'm assuming is also one of them. So the armor that I'm wearing, the grenade launcher that I have, and the other grenade launcher that I had, I'm assuming are all part of that. I want to know what those new perks are. Yeah. Remove the finisher weapon perk. Oh, and add an ambusher perk. Cry rail rifle comes with a scope. All right. And 7.62 sniper damage does more damage now. Cool. And then there's another mysterious dot with nothing next to it. Right there. Vampyr works with non-melee weapons but weaker, which is what we're trying. Rip and Tear grants Fury for non-melee attacks also, which I noticed. Focus loses Fury generation on giving. Furious grants damage bonus when using Adrenaline. Oh, really? Marine skilled increases tenacity and heal by 10% per level. So why all of these Marine changes, out of curiosity? Are you just trying to make Marine builds more interesting, or? Because everything just seems to be more interactions with things. Army of Darkness gains 0 melee weapon swap time. Army of Darkness gains chainsaw damage. That's another thing we need to try. We need to do an Army of Darkness run. Alright, it's 10% pain level. Level 3 removes it. Field medic. Okay. Generally is what's written above. I should read the doodly bobs then. With the Marine, you wanted to have some more gameplay around Fury mechanics, so you wanted to decouple the melee-only traits into something and be a little bit more useful in non-melee builds. In some edge cases, Vampires now has a weaker effect with non-melee. Army of Darkness was now reserved in a relatively good spot, but you wanted to give it some more flavor, bonus to chainsaw damage, and grant... I mean, like, yeah, I don't think I ever use the chainsaw. It's good, I just never use it. Zero-time melee weapon swap to open up some proper hybrid gameplay options. You know why a chainsaw specifically, then you have a groovy child. Assassinate uses charges mechanic. Interesting. Assassinate always hits 51 100% crit damage. Swashbuckler bonus now degrades instead of removed. Gunrunner now works with melee. Oh, interesting. How the heck does that work? Yeah, all of this stuff just seems like polish. Fire Angel sets things on fire level 1. Well, Fire Angel is now the best option for tech again. Since you made hacking good, Wizard was best. Now Fire Angel's best again. But also bleed resistance. Bleed resistance is like my favorite change so far that I've seen. Yeah, and then I read through all the status effects changes, which seem kind of whack. Let's move this way and that way. And stop yawning, damn it! I'm tired because I woke up at stupid o'clock in the morning yesterday to watch the Formula One finals, which was worth it. I'm glad I got up at stupid o'clock in the morning, but I legit got up at 3 a.m. and for a race that started at 5 because my brain just decided you're awake now, and now you get up. So I got up at 3 o'clock in the morning. Which isn't exactly optimal for, like, you know, being well rested for the next few days. In fact, I would say it's the absolute opposite of how to be well rested. And it doesn't feel great. So I'm tired. How did that not kill you? Sad. I want to see what that adrenaline bonus damage is like. I think I'm going to take a second point in tough as nails because the 50% pain effectiveness is awesome. And plus the armor and pain doesn't affect accuracy is also awesome. So nice. That's kind of what I want to mess around with right now. Also, I'm weirdly curious because one of my teammates right now is playing Frozenheim. I'm curious what he thinks about it. I think it's his first time actually diving into that. Oh, also, can I just say that this like highlight enemies is the best change you've made for this game, just ever? Ooh, that seems new. What's you do? Narrow shot cone shots cause impact damage. Huh. Instead of build non-brainers? Yeah, no, that makes sense. Like I said, this feels like a polish patch. Polish patch with some new toys. I'm assuming that, like, the project name Valhalla Big Patch is going to be the one that's like, oh, this is a big update. Yeah, it's not going to do shit.
Out of ammo.
Got him, though. Well, you're both dead. And we just need to stay in areas where there's less robots.
This one's done.
I like this drum launcher. It seems cool. I'm really wondering how hard ammo's going to be to find for it. I'm worried about. I wonder if I can find any shotgun ammo. Let's run around. That's all 9mm. That's where I dropped my pistol. Yeah, we'll just head out. I think I might do lunch in a minute, chat, because I'm kind of hungry. And you and you're hungry, so you should eat a sandwich. So I'm going to, I think, take 5 right here. Now's a good time to go grab an extra glass of beverage, I suppose. But I will be back in a couple of minutes. Don't go anywhere too quickly unless you really want to. And if I could get a round of beers, if you're lurking in the chat, that'd be fantastic. And if you happen to have sound commands, now's a good time to use them. Also, check this game out if you don't own it yet. BRB? Like 5 minutes tops.
See how he bites off the shell to get at the nut?
All right, that wasn't too long. I'm back. Pretty quick. 3 minutes, I think. 6 minutes? 5 minutes? Ish. I return. Let's go. Where to now? Video game. Where are you taking us? Hey, Peter. Hope you're doing well. Axon, how's the exams? How many more do you have left today? Unless you're just in chat and unable to hear me because you're currently in an exam. Yeah, you just missed him. I was about to comment on that. Not very smart cover there, sir. Actually, just gonna take this sniper. APT font due on Wednesday. Oh boy, a 7-page report. Well, that's good that you're done with the icky meat space exams. You're back into the safety of Earth space. Man, that's such a bummer. Might just keep the knife until I hit IO. Although that thing does do a lot more damage to other units, but curious about how much range damage that would do. It's not as efficient as I was hoping. Around the corner, you robot. Aw, come on, you're standing one tile out of my line of sight. That's just bloody rude. You've been up for 25 hours. Go to bed. You'll enjoy everything about life more when you wake up. Yeah, Marine helmet. Because my helmet's like dying. Ooh, poison protection. Neat. Let's boost the dodge on it too. But Peter, just since you're here, I'll restart the bot for you. You'll hear Windows noises. Sorry. I'm not gonna try and stop you. Although That better be a CBD gummy. If you're just drinking a plain gummy, that's just silly. Also, that is a lot of shenanigans. Sheesh. Diamond. Diamond watching 4 streams at once. On my Discord, apparently. So it looks like a Haz is Oz playing for the king. Boom. Is there another one that I'm unaware of, Axon? Also, I thought you were going to go eat a gummy, drink a soda, and go the fuck to sleep. Not necessarily in that order. Sorry there, guy. Someone had a rough morning here. Look at this. Okay. Eat shit and fucking die. Workshop on Europa Ruins level 2. Strong room on level 6. Gotta repair the elevator for habitat. Kinda wanna go to level 6. Now the real stars are outside and look up at night. We're just people. Someone gave you a couple bottles of sake? Oh, that's lovely. Guess you're getting drunk tonight? Don't get drunk on sake. Drink a small amount of sake and enjoy it. I don't like getting sake drunk. It's like getting wine drunk. It just kind of hurts. It's like hard liquor, fun to get drunk on. Beer, fun to get drunk on. Wine, that's like heartburn, pain. The worst hangovers of my life have all been wine hangovers. Pouring coffee, by the way. So if you hear water in the background, that's what that is. Boom. I didn't do that. Is it gonna shoot the door? Seemed like it.
No fucking ammo. Reload.
I had the wrong gun equipped. I need to swap these two. There you go. You don't get hangovers unless it's wine? Yeah. Yeah. It's like, I don't know. I can go and have a long night out and drink a lot of beer and be like mostly okay the next day. Same with hard alcohol. Like I can go whiskey drinking and like I'll hurt a little bit in the morning, but be largely okay. Well, that sucks. Murmured. Exalted. Well, he gets to walk up to me. Not anymore. Here, have gas. I'm sorry, what? It legit just didn't go off the first time. Did you see that? Unless I'm like completely misreading what just happened. I may just be completely misreading what just happened, but it didn't look like that went off. It's the sugar. Epion. Because, like, hangovers are dehydration sickness, right? It's your body gets really dehydrated and then you get a hangover from the dehydration. But because wine is full of sugar, sugar also dehydrates you. So it essentially it works to like amplify the dehydration sickness. What do I think of this game? I love this game. So, which makes me kind of maybe a bad person to recommend this game, but
And stay there, ugly motherfucker.
I wouldn't still be playing it if I didn't like it. 350 hours later, I'm still here for some reason. That's what I want. I really want that level 3. I also need other things. I think that we're gonna get you to level 3. Plus 3 armor and pain doesn't affect accuracy. Yes, please. I wonder... You do get more hydration out of cocktails. Theoretically. Because usually cocktails have, like, ice. Some format of water. You didn't know I played it that much? I play this game when it gets updates, right? And sometimes there will be long periods of time between the updates. I played it a lot throughout 2020 because updates were pretty much, like, on the clock monthly. So it was pretty easy to kind of know when there was going to be a new update, and so it was very easy for me to just kind of schedule around that. But now that the game is out, the updates have gotten less frequent, but more gameplay substantial. So it's not as frequent a binge right now. But Epion CF makes this game. So if you actually have questions about it, he's the person to answer, even though he's, like, sipping on his whiskey. I like... my favorite response to people actually now when people ask me if I think this game is good, it's like, well, I think it's good. I like it enough that I made a movie about it, so... There's, like, an hour and 20 minutes of me and Epion talking on my YouTube channel. Plus another 3 hours of a full playthrough. That was a long stream. That would actually be helpful on the shoddy for right now. I'll do that. There's a shotgun on the ground there, but I don't actually see any shotgun ammo that fell anywhere, and I'm kind of confused by this. Something doesn't add up. Oh, everything's dead. Missed the quip. Oh, also, Peter, I don't know if... I guess you didn't, so I'll do this. Restarted investments. I check you. Now the question is, what route do I want to take? pit's probably not that bad. Could probably do the pit. Need some shotgun damage or some shotgun ammo before I get there. Or we could just go ruins. Let's go pit. Go pit. Pit. Ruins have way more boxes. All right, we'll go ruins. Thanks for making my mind up. You're not kidding. I just remember this area being super fucking scarce. Military environment for 50 turns provides full immunity to burning, cold, acid, and poison statuses. Is that new? Medkits do I have? Right, I'm playing on medium. Come to me. Were they added in 1.1? Okay, I don't remember that, but I probably saw it. It's been a bit since 1.1, to be fair. It is chill. I could turn it up, actually. And background noise turned down. Yeah, I was legit just thinking about that. It's like they don't seem like there's a lot of uses for them. I'll give you a hand here. Oh, hello. That's a lot of dudes. He says that, and you know what? I think I might just use this. My shotgun reloaded. Wish I could see that from this screen. Just gonna let them fight. Wasn't reloaded. Is now though.
That's better.
Should have taken the machete. But I have a billion med kits, so it's fine.
That's better.
Just need to find new armor soonish. Alright. That'll do.
Who's a man and a half?
That'll do. Yep, it did pay for itself. I was like, this seems like a good spot for the Enviropack. I'm also out of shotgun ammo, so goodbye, decent shotgun. I think, maybe. There is a machete, but I need armor more than a machete, in my opinion. Thing is, now I'm just mad that I threw away that grenade launcher to test the shotgun. It's like, now I just have no shotgun ammo. Cool. I mean, I could charge it up and make a machete, but... 48%. is what my armor was at. Oh, there's a Duramesh scout armor coming up. Actually, not that bad. Why am I running around with an empty shotgun? Ow. I'm more just like sad that I don't have any. You know what? Fuck it, let's do this.
That's how we do
Let's just
things
do that.
downtown.
It's better for everybody involved. Because that's how we do things downtown. God, I'm so tired today. Been like hit by a bus from yesterday. Well, that's a little bit like completely redundant now. Because does pain affect anything else? Because now pain doesn't affect... pain no longer affects my aim. So that's completely redundant now, isn't it? I wonder if that's something that would annoy new players. Oh, I didn't even see that machete on the floor. At least we got grenades again. So next floor has a Duramesh scout armor, which is going to be helpful. Actually, what do I even have on this armor? Oh, cool. It's bleed immunity. Neat. You know, I am a firm believer that we should use every platform to its strongest. Powers. YouTube is an excellent platform for video. It's an alright platform for streaming. You can do just fine streaming mainstream and popular games on YouTube. Twitch is a far superior platform for niche games. Because unlike YouTube, Twitch has the searchability and the discoverability that YouTube just doesn't have. YouTube's discoverability algorithms are all just dumb luck and timing. I might actually just grab the assault rifle for right now. And swap it for a rocket launcher as soon as I get one. Because I got plenty of ammo for this. Maybe 10 years ago? I mean, I've been streaming on Twitch for 9. So... seems like a good opportunity for one of these. Well. I mean, though, it depends, right? Depends on if you're streaming Among Us or if you're streaming Jupiter Hell. If you're streaming Jupiter Hell, then yeah, you're probably better off on Twitch. If you're streaming Among Us, then fucking who cares? Yeah, Twitch and Justin TV are one and the same. It's a rebrand. We started when the accounts got merged. I made a new account when the accounts got merged because I didn't like my username at the time. Just let them fight. Oh, come on. Wow, that missed. Not gonna complain about that. Enjoy your bleeding. Level 9. Was it JTV original? Is it really? Let's see. Yeah, allegedly. Yeah, I didn't make a new account on Twitch for a little bit. Because when Justin TV... Because I had an account on Justin TV, but I didn't like it. When Justin TV was popular, there was also Ustream and Blog TV and Owned 3D. And I preferred Owned 3D and Ustream. So I used to watch stuff on Ustream quite a bit because a lot of the YouTubers I watched at the time were on Ustream and I could actually load the website. Justin TV couldn't load on my crappy internet that back when I lived with my parents. I didn't actually use Justin TV back then. I kind of want Rip and Terror, but Army Surplus might be helpful right about now, so I think I'm going to use... Give me a point in Army Surplus. Just so that I can start, like, specializing outside of just these more boring guns. Especially considering I'm literally about to go pick this up. It's a rocket launcher. And another rocket. Hey. Let's just drop half of these because I don't need half of these, and then go pick that up. And I need a swap harness on this, and then we're Gucci. Not quite, but...
A gift?
Ooh. There's my Duramish. Or no, that's not Duramish. That's assault armor. I wasn't even expecting that. That's even better. Sweet. Panchy panchy. I'll take it. Another phase kit. The thing is, I'm actually going to swap the sniper out just for the regular, like, automatic. Whoop, nope, that's the wrong one. That one. Look damn close to the same. I'm familiar with silver, yeah. Yeah, no, I got you. I mean, currently, this morning I streamed some Age of Empires, which I guess is a popular game, but like the most well-known game I stream usually is Dwarf Fortress. Like far and away. Like recently it's like Caves of Cud, Songs of Six, Dwarf Fortress. I guess I've been playing War Tales, which is doing pretty well right now, but that's again another anomaly for me. But like, I know a few people who've like switched to YouTube full time due to like not liking Twitch's moderation and other things, and I laugh at them because I know that they're also going to hate YouTube's. But you know, it's like, you try and moderate Twitch. I dare you. Big guy's got cover.
See you in hell, bastards. What's in the box?
Frag shotty? Nah. No thanks. No thanks. I need to make sure that I've got my rocket launcher equipped whenever I open boxes. Accuracy pack is what I'd like. Auto-calibrate the rocket launcher. Use you on the rocket launcher. Increase optimal range. There were no tutorials or anything? There's still no tutorials or anything, but the wiki is fantastic. Also, there's a lot of other games that are similar-ish to DF now. So that a lot of people, without realizing it, have actually learned all of the basic concepts you need to understand in order to play Dwarf Fort. Like, if you've played RimWorld, you could probably play Dwarf Fort. If you've played No Moria, you can probably play Dwarf Fort. If you've played Songs of Six, you can probably play Dwarf Fort. Fuck, if you've played a lot of Banished, you could probably play Dwarf Fort. Ah, yes. Summoning circles. Let's see, there's 1, 2, and 3 down in the bottom corner. Let's go for the one. Oh, come on. Up on its own.
Fucking ammo.
Oh, great. I'll come back for that health pickup. See if I can get one more. I think that this event is harder now. Because there's no way I'm getting that last one. That or this was just a really good spawn for them. Yep. Well, I always say that if you can type in Twitch chat, you have all of the needed skills to be able to play Dwarf Fortresses. If you can read, and you can use a keyboard, you can play DF. That is all of the necessary... Let me try that again. All of the necessary skills to play Dwarf Fortress. I think I'm just going to hold on to this current setup for right now. But also, like, Kit Fox, to their credit, has done a very good job kind of getting the majority of the Dwarf Fortress community in one room. By that I mean they're actually all in one sourceable place now outside of the forums. So right now is probably the easiest time ever to learn Dwarf Fortress, just because everybody who plays that game is either in the Kit Fox Discord, probably my Discord, or the Bay12 Games forums. So you can kind of ignore the forums and just go onto a couple of Discords and just be like, how the fuck do build door? And they'll be like, this is how you do build door. And then you'll be like, oh. And then, bam, wham, you learn to play game. Everybody happy. Here, eat a rocket. Need to reload a rocket. Hold out for a second. Keep missing. Thank you. Boom. And now I'm out of rocket ammo. So I grab a machine gun. Start shooting. Okay, so it's 3. I was trying to figure out how this works. So it's 3% of enemy health or 9% when you're on melee. I actually have a cousin that can't read or write, and she still plays game, but her husband needs to read everything for her. Oh, that's interesting. I think she has her husband. All right, the Duramesh doesn't have any. I think I might just roll with the Duramesh. Ooh, an amp. An auto amp? I'll take that. I prefer an melee amp. I don't have an amp, so I'll take it.
No fucking ammo.
No fucking ammo. Okay, fine. And I'll take the gas mask, which is sealed. Sealed! Hey, nice minigun you got there. Stop you from shooting. Wait here. I mean, I'm one of those with, so. It's amazing to me when perfectly visually capable people are like, ASCII, I can't see anything. And I'm like, you mean all of this wonderful clarity that you don't have the feeble mind comprehension to be able to understand? Yes. That's unfortunate, Basta. She should play games that don't need words, so he can just sod off. Play like Journey. Although that's a very short game, admittedly. Ow! That even hit me? I just kind of preemptively said ow because it looked like it hurt, but I don't think it did. I think he just shot the wall. Hey, boo. 2 + 2 = 6, actually. Get it right. Yep. I don't see well enough to play a lot of different types of games. The one class I could play in Crypt of the Necrodancer was the one that lets you like not care about the beat. Oh, I guess I can unlock the vault that's already open. You know, I might be able to take all 3 items from the temple. I have 3 phase kits. Not monk, bard, whatever. I was gonna say beat skipper because I was like, I can't remember what the name of that class is, but that class exists.
This place is old. Very old.
Necrodancer is a phenomenal game made by a phenomenal studio that is very close to me that politely declined an application for me to be one of their community managers when I applied a couple years ago. One of my last, like, actual attempts at getting a job in the games industry. They're like, sorry, we require at least 3 years of community management experience. I'm like, what do you consider 6 years of streaming? And they're like, not games community management experience. And I was like, all right. Sedge. What's the name of that other game that's coming out? Something of cards. My brain keeps thinking Card Captors, but that's a fucking anime. But believe it or not, typing in the word card into Steam doesn't really give you much. There's this there's this game that's coming soon that looks kind of Crypt of the Necrodancer-y in its visuals. But it's a roguelike. But it has cards in it, and I know it has the word card in the title. There was a demo out on itch a while ago. It's kickstarted. I can't remember the name of it now. It'll pop into my brain later. You've been strictly corporate programming? It depends on who you end up working for, but yeah, I know the games industry is a clusterfuck. I've also kind of learned that this was also like back a couple of years ago when I lived with a person who was constantly pressuring me to go get a normal ass paycheck instead of working for myself. Which, fuck that. I'll stream for a living forever, thanks. At least until people stop paying me to stream for a living. I'll make podcasts, videos, and interview people that no one will watch. Well, very few people will watch. And I'll keep doing that. They're making a mecha game. Well, actually, they're technically not making a mecha game. They hired a guy who was making a mecha game, and then they were like, yo, do you want to make your mecha game as part of our studio? And now they're kind of making a mecha game. But, yes. Also, Sliff, can I ask, were you working in AAA, or was this like some bizarre indie project that just never got off the ground? If I can ask. The Riot Games bought Radiant, who made a game called Stonehearth. And Radiant was two developers originally that created the GGPO, I think that's the acronym, protocol, which is essentially rollback netcode for fighting games, and they were developing a fighting game on the side. Riot bought them and amalgamated them into the game, into the studio, and they never really let them finish Stonehearth, so it kind of got released out of early access into a thing, and yeah, and it just kind of continued. Nowadays they make warehouse programs, Fire Engine GPS applications. Okay, yeah, sounds like some like dream project that never really got off the ground, man. I like how you just like straight up name drop the company though. That's kind of funny. You never really know with what people are allowed to say. It's just like my little sister got a job in QA. I won't say what company she's working for, but she does QA on some pretty big titles. And you know, she's been contract with them now for I think like 6 months, and she's already like, yeah, I'm doing overtime at work, so like can't have a call because she lives on the other side of the country, right? I live in Canada and she lives in Quebec, and I'm all the way over in Vancouver. Every now and again we talk on the phone and she'll be like, I can't, I'm working overtime. It's like, how much overtime? It's a 12-hour shift today. It's like, well, they're doing it to you too. Cool. For programming, you don't give a fuck? Yeah, no, totally. I mean, 10 years ago is kind of ancient history. All right, so do I take the heart? Do I not take the heart? Do I take the heart? Do I not take the heart? Do I take the heart? Do I not take the heart? Ooh, advanced combat armor. I think I might just keep the Duramesh, actually. Homemade pasta sauce? Like, did you blend tomatoes yourself, or are you just heating up pasta sauce? Battlezone 2 was your biggest rival? Yeah, that might be 20 years ago now then. Battlezone 2 was a while ago. I don't know if the thing is, like, I always think I want the heart, and then I make the wish, and I always regret it. Like, I don't know. I'm not much of a monkey's paw kind of player. What's the heart gonna do if you take it? Are you okay with spoilers? I mean, I guess I kind of already spoiled it, but like, if you take the heart, then there's one of 3 choices you can get in a room later in the game that I won't disclose, in case people don't want spoilers. You're not gonna play, so oh, that's fair. So there's a room later in another area where you can place the heart, and it gives you 1 of 3 wishes, and it's a monkey's paw situation where it's a give and take. So you can get a lot of damage but no HP. You can get a lot of loot, You can get... I can't remember what the third one is, but... The only wish you don't regret is health. Yeah, it's like a lot of health, but no damage, right? It's like... Yeah, a lot of health, no healing. Yeah, that's what it was. I couldn't remember what the debuff for health was. I don't think I'm gonna...
Looks good. Feels good.
Now I'm just debating between these two. This fireproof armor is real nice, and that's like not bad armor, but that might not last till the end of the game, and I'll actually have to repair it. I think I'm just gonna keep the Duramash. Sorry, angry demon gods. I swear I won't take all of your toys. Oh, sweet. Maybe 3 auto amp. Are you into these types of games? 2 second? Or are you more like... Because like my audience is kind of like weirdly split. There's people who like roguelikes, and then there's people who like the colony and city builders and stuff that I play. Is this game as fun as it looks? I have 350 hours in it. Fliff has like 500, 600 maybe. I would say yes, it's as fun as it looks. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, it's if you're unfamiliar with this game, Boo, it's the spiritual successor to Doom, the roguelike, which is a fan game from the mid-2000s. And that's free. You can just download that and play that. But this is like that, but instead of like ASCII or sprites, it's fully 3D. It's all fancy, lots of physics, good music. The voice actor is Mark Meir, who's the voice actor of Commander Shepard. You almost reinstalled Tome. All right, well, if you played Tome, then like, yeah, like you're Gucci. This game has 3 different classes in each class. Like, if you're familiar with traditional, I never know how much people know about roguelikes, but like, there are 3 classes in the game, and each class has 5 subclasses, which are called master traits. And these subclasses completely change how your class plays. So this class, basically, its only real trait is it heals every time you move to a new floor. You get a little bit of health back, and you have adrenaline. Which has some extra perks that you can stack on it with these perks. But adrenaline gives you a small heal and gets rid of pain, which is a aim debuff. But right now it gives me a damage buff as well because of one of my perks. But Onslaught basically lets you, instead of having to stand stationary with fully auto weapons, you can move around. So you can grab like a chain gun and run with it, and it just keeps shooting. Bulletstorm lets you... you can dual wield without Bulletstorm, but do Bulletstorm if you're using SMGs, pistols, and auto rifles. You shoot twice the number of bullets. So if you're like dual wielding bullets, you can shoot 4 bullets per shot instead of just bang. So instead of just firing 1 bullet out of a pistol, you can fire 4 bullets out of 2 pistols, and that kind of shit. Army of Darkness like basically just removes range on shotguns, and makes shotguns and rocket launchers ridiculous. Also gives you some perks on chainsaws, which is new as of this update. Vampyr, which is what I'm using, gives me some health back every time I shoot an enemy, and extra health back if I melee kill an enemy. So it's more of a hybrid class now instead of previously where it was just you get HP back on melee kills. And then Survivor gives you a bunch of fancy health gates and shit. So, I mean, if you're interested in this game, it's on sale right now, and it's the cheapest it's going to be, so. It seems a little pricey on the get-go if you don't play these types of games, but there is hundreds of hours worth of content in this game, and I'm not even... And that's, and like, if you just play every class once with every master trait once and beat the game on easy once with each class and each master trait, and you don't like fly through the game intentionally fast, it's about 3 hours per run. So if we're talking like at probably around at least 12 hours if you only play each master trait once per class. There's a lot of gameplay here, and that's not even including the challenges and the badges and the other stuff. There's just... And all the different difficulties, because there's easy, medium, hard, ultra-violence, nightmare, and apocalypse. The last one I've never even looked at. So there's a lot to do in this game. If you like the theme and you want like a more range-based roguelike, this is really fucking good. You're split between them every 2 years. You cycle between shooters, RTS, and city builder-ish. Gotcha. And then roguish stuff. Yeah, I gotcha. I mean, I go through cycles, too. I'll go through a few months of playing a shit ton of roguelikes, and then just a lot of Dwarf Fortress and things like Dwarf Fortress, and then back to a shit ton of roguelikes. I kind of alternate. Where is everybody? I'm gonna open a door and it's just gonna be full of dudes. Oh, you mean like the, why am I blank? You mean like Japanese arcade shooters then? Like shmups. Those are like my least favorite genre. As somebody who doesn't see well, top-down shooters are actually unplayable for me. Yeah, no, I love watching those games. Those games they're like, it's like watching a visualizer, but I can't play them. I just can't. Come back. I want to know where the vault is. And also, this is just a matter of personal experience with this game. Epion, who I think is still lurking, is extremely consistent about updating this game. I played this game throughout early access, and it was one of the best early access experiences I've had in ages.
No fucking ammo. Reload.
Just because of how consistent all the updates were. Space Invader epilepsy shooters. Yeah, there you go.
No room in.
No, I mean they're a very specific thing. It's like if you're into Japanese shmups, you're into them. If you're not into them, you're not into them. And there's, like I said, no between. I'm gonna put a swap harness on the rocket launcher. We'll do the strong room after we finish the rest of the floor. Oh, come on. You tend to go to twitchy shooters if you want reaction tests. See, I have no reaction tests. Like for me, I'm so torn on shooters these days because I'm specifically more referring to first-person shooters because every year I get considerably worse at them. Every year. Because my eyes are degrading. My eyes get worse, a little bit worse every year. My visual field gets worse, the blurring gets worse, the amount that I can actually see gets worse every year. And it's just something that I live with and I will always live with until the darkness just kind of takes hold. But like, the rough bit is I used to play a shit ton of like Counter-Strike. New Jupus patch, yeah, fuck yeah, Silver Sheik, what's up, dude? So like, for me, every year my eyes get worse. So I get worse at those games. Like, I basically can't play Counter-Strike anymore. I don't even see the enemies. They just kill me. And like, Battlefield is unplayable. I never really got into Call of Duty, so I don't really know if that's playable for me anymore. I did play it briefly with some friends on the Xbox in like 2008, but who didn't? So it's like, for me, there's a whole genre of games that I love, which is first-person shooters that I basically can't play anymore. That and like my motion sickness gets worse as my vision gets worse. So whenever a super console-y shooter comes out, which I'm gonna get to in a second, but whenever big console shooters like Doom come out, it's like, and I call that a console shooter because of how fucking big the gun models are. It's like I just want to throw up because all I can see is this fucking hand cannon you got there. And like I try and play games like Dusk and it's like same exact thing. It's like the second they start flipping the camera, it's like, well, there goes my motion sickness and I can't play this game anymore. And it sucks. But then Halo came out and I'm like, oh right, Halo. I don't need to shoot people. I can just play big team battle and drive a warthog in circles and play a shooter again. And it's so exciting. It's so exciting. I'm so happy that Halo came out and Halo is good. Because, like, there's enough guns and weapons in Halo that, like, you don't really need to aim with. Like, as long as you're in the general direction, it's fine. And also, the second you start shooting somebody, they light up and become colorful. And it's like, oh, you're even easier to shoot now. Excellent. I can see you from across the map. It's like, holy shit, a first-person shooter where you can see things. That's not just gray. And I'm so happy. Anyway, Halo's great. People want to play Halo with me off stream. If you see me playing at me, I'll probably join in. But I'm not ever going to stream any of that, though. The Aliens RL successor will be easier on the eyes visually, and the other project you'll be working on in the meantime will also be turn-based, and it's also very visually easy on the eyes. You're working on another project? Are you telling me you have secrets you haven't told me? I'm offended. What's the other project? But yeah, I'm very excited about Alien's successor. No. Blizzard's Overwatch is the polar opposite. And the reason Blizzard's Overwatch is the polar opposite is the same reason something like Warframe is really difficult for me. Because it has the exact, well, it has the large gun models problem in Overwatch. But the actual issue that I have with Overwatch is holy fucking shit particle effects, holy fucking shit giant explosion effects. Like I also used to play a lot of League of Legends. I can't play League of Legends anymore because I can't tell one ability from another. The second a team fight starts, it's like I can't see. So Overwatch has that problem. Aliens RL moves to 20% work time once 1.3 ships. The other project for the moment is After Hours. Oh, okay. Epion's got a side hustle. That's cool. And also, in case you're unaware, I'm assuming you are, but in case you're unaware, the offer is still on the table. If you want to do any... Ooh. First Medusa. I don't... Chargers. Ow. Bags of dicks. Ooh, you missed. Not talking about it much because if the prototype doesn't look cool enough, you'll drop it. Oh, okay. I was kind of hoping you got, like, I don't know, a bigger deal with something, but... Or, like, somebody was crazy enough to give you a actual IP. Ooh, we got love. Got love. Wolfenstein the Roguelike. Yeah, exactly. Something's just, like, off the wall, out of left field, and stupid. Love would actually be pretty good here, yeah? Because that's health regen. Question is, what do I drop for it? I guess probably the rocket launcher, right? Yeah, we got a pie stole. I can't wait. Who stole the pie? But yeah, no, I can't play games that are too effects heavy, and Halo is just kind of like the perfect middle ground where everything is bright and colorful and clear, but Halo's not actually that effects heavy. It's like a lot of the guns are just like pretty standard rifles and shit. Or like sniper rifles with twists, or like weird ray guns. And even when stuff does get too silly, I can just get into a Warthog and just hit somebody, and that's just fun. A Digimon roguelike? You know, that would probably actually be pretty cool, and would probably sell. Like, so if someone made a Digimon mystery dungeon style thing, that'd be neat. I'm sure people would be into that, actually. Just trying to decide what I drop for this.
Let me see this shit.
You know, heals 1 point. Damage this weapon deals heals 1 point of health. So whenever I deal damage, I get 1 point of health. Yeah. Getting 44 ammo will be an issue. Time to get army surplus, I suppose. I mean, I've already got 1 point in army surplus. I just need to make sure I open... Yeah, I figured it wasn't a traditional roguelike because you said it was just turn-based. I'm taking it, though, because there ain't no way in hell I'm not.
Fuck this with a shovel.
Hey, it's my line. All right. There we go. Look at all that 44. Look at that better helmet.
Yeah, I'm a fucking hoarder, okay?
Am I gonna need a red key card? I don't think so.
No fucking room.
Oh, fucking room. That's because I'm not gonna need those rockets. Fuck this with a shovel. It only shows up if you have the maximum cursing setting on. Because actually, for those of you who've never seen this game before, it has my favorite option in a video game. Whoopsies, that's not the one that I was looking for. It's my favorite option in a video game, which is text profanity and voiceover profanity, which has serious, clean, serious, and then clean, and then normal and heavy. If you put it on heavy, he says dumb shit like,
Floor is empty. I don't see anything. I don't see shit to pick up.
he just curses like constantly. So obviously, why is that even an answer? Just always go with heavy. And whenever certain strong units show up, he can say fuck this with the shovel, which is something that I say sometimes for some reason. Fuck this thing with a shovel.
Yeah, I'm a fucking hoarder, okay?
And he's not a fucking hoarder, okay?
I
You
should
got
go.
against it.
It's freezing.
Stop accusing him
the
of
exit.
crimes he didn't commit. So I gather then Aliens becomes a thing next year then, basically. Or begins to become a thing next year. I love not being able to hit anything. And he also can't hit me. That's just kind of funny.
This is my favorite roguelike on the Citadel. Heal, damn it!
Yep, those still work. It's been a wee bit quiet today, but it's also because I started with Age of Empires. You have finals? Everybody has finals, dude. Like, legit, everybody has finals right now. To the point where I would say that I'm almost surprised that that a patch is coming out for this right now because everybody has finals. I have unlimited health and unlimited armor. As long as things don't burst me, I'm fine. You don't have finals? Oh, well, you had finals for the deadline for this patch? I don't have finals because school is for smart people. I'm not one of those. I play video games on the internet. Craftopia, that's the game that like lets you put cows on a conveyor belt and drop them into a giant soup pot, right? Wasn't that also the studio that made the Pokemon-esque game where it looks kind of like 3D Pokemon, but everybody has machine guns for some reason? It's that studio, right?
Rest in peace, chuckle fucks.
Rest in chuckles, pieces. Craftopia looks like somebody bought a shit ton of assets and just crammed them into a crafty game. To me. So, Pal World, yeah, that's the name of it. Hey, Bob. It's good to see you. Hope you've been well. Yeah, the heal damn it line is a my stream exclusive. Jess's stream crash? Holy shit. I just opened up my Discord and I have 71 DMs from a friend of mine. So someone is just like typing in like 4 words and pressing enter constantly. What the fuck? I'm planning to go snowshoeing with a friend of mine, and they've completely changed how the shuttles work now that, you know, that we live in a post-endemic world. So
It stinks like rotten meat, but looks like the lost Io.
with your bro as you warm up for Pal World, since it's the same dev. I get you. I still just, I don't know. Those games just look cheap to me. Like, you want to know what I have this curse, right? As a metal band once said, this is my curse. But my curse is that I've played way too many fucking video games, and I've seen way too many fucking video games, right? Half of the games that come out that people play right now, I look at and I'm like, I know that asset, I recognize that asset, I recognize that asset, and I recognize that asset. And it's not a bad thing. It just means that people are utilizing the Unity and Unreal asset stores. The problem is, to me, there's very few games with a unique art style anymore. And there will be like this game that comes out and people will be like, yo, this game's super cool. Mechanically, it's fun, yada, yada. It's got all these mechanics in it. And I look at it like, I've seen all these assets before. And I look at that and it hurts me. Because I then immediately wonder, okay, how much of the code is also bought? How many of the animations did you also buy? And I don't trust it. And I hate it. It hurts me. It's like, cool, game number 45 comes out, and I'm like, I literally know where I could buy this exact same 3 graphics packs that you're using. I know what those textures are called that you're using for your skybox. I've seen those trees before, and I'm pretty sure I recognize that jumping animation. And that kills me inside. And so games like Pal World and Craftopia, I just look at it and my brain hurts because I recognize all of those assets from other things. And it's, you know, it's not a bad thing. Like, it's perfectly okay and fine and a thing that developers should do. But it wrecks my enjoyment of a lot of games. There isn't a single asset in Jupiter Hell that wasn't specifically created for it. And there's a reason you guys eat, like, cup noodles. Although I think you guys are doing better than that now. At least I hope. Investments are open if you want to invest your tickets, chat room. Boom. This seems to be going pretty well. Big guy's still alive, though. I don't have any EMP.
Need to get rid of some shit.
But I don't know if anybody else has had that problem, but... For a second there, I thought half of his model was missing, but no, it's just he was standing in a doorway. Please die, thank you. You got your first paycheck since June? I hope it was a big paycheck.
No fucking road.
Good lord. That'll only get worse as games get more and more detailed in their assets, and buying packs means they're probably here to stay. No, totally. I mean, to me, I think it's fine if, like, a developer with a certain skill set buys assets and uses them to make a game. Like, an example is there's a little roguelike that's available on itch right now that had a Kickstarter that failed, and the developer is still finishing it, called Soul Ash, which is this game. This game. Now, you look at this and you go, this has a nice art style. Well, by the itch.io version and the like current playable version that's publicly available still has this UI and still has all of these icons, but doesn't have any of the background graphics. All of the background graphics is a artist that he's hired to make a tile set for the game, basically, right? But all of this UI is purchased from an asset store. And I've seen all of this UI before, but he's planning to replace it after he's finished getting his artist to do all this. The reason he bought this UI was he didn't want to do text-based UI because he was scared it would scare people away, and he's not an artist. So the rest of the game is his game, right? But he bought the UI assets and the assets for the spells and stuff because he didn't want to just like put in MS Paint spells, and at the time he couldn't afford an artist. And like that to me is like a perfectly legitimate thing to do. Or like even a game like Tome, like all of its sounds and visual effects are purchased, right? Like Dark God didn't draw those sprites. Those were all purchased. So I do think that there definitely is situations where it's acceptable, but another example is this game. This is a game I played once with my stream team for 2 hours. Literally every single asset and animation in this game is purchased. Literally every asset, animation, image, icon, everything in this game is purchased. And the game is so poorly balanced, I don't even think they tested it. Or if they did, it was minimal testing. And the result is a $10 game that sold annoyingly well, that was in early access for 8 weeks. And it hurts me to think about stuff like that. Because that is just a unapologetically bad game that doesn't have a single unique piece in it. Annoyingly well, yeah, because there's other games that came out around the same time that it got in the way of. And that's genuinely how I feel. It's like you're throwing together a low effort pile of cobbled together code and assets while somebody else spends, and it's the same reason, like, you know, I don't know if you were here earlier when I was ranting about this, but like I know Epion was, so I guess you were, but like when I was ranting earlier about how I'm annoyed as fuck that publishers and developers release prologues of their games as a separate release on Steam for free, because then it gets into the recent releases. And it's fucked up that Steam lets them do that, but there's no other way for you really to promote your game, because demos don't promote your game, right? Like nobody can, there's no way to easily search for or discover demos on Steam. Steam doesn't surface demos for you. So the only way for your demo to get noticed is to release it as a single release, which then pushes other games back and further down on the download scale and clutters up the Steam algorithm, which is just as bullshit as YouTube at this point. So, no, it's not the fast food of games. Wait, are you being sarcastic, Infinity? Because I can't tell. If you're being sarcastic, yes, I agree. If you're not being sarcastic, then I have a rant to throw at you. But I think that's you being sarcastic. Let's get reduced dodge penalties.
The fucking room.
Kind of just stacked right now. Oh, though actually, so I got rockets in my inventory. Don't need those.
Floor's empty.
think I should swap out the assault rifle for something around here. Oh, also,
A weapon
need that.
for the more civilized times.
Could just grab a plasma rifle.
Where have you been? Too much.
No, I was too busy talking and then kind of like lost track of what I was doing, and now I'm like playing the video game again, so that's why I didn't pick up the katana for so long. The bought asset, no effort games, are they not similar to fast food? Repackaged components quickly put into food software? I mean, put in that logic, yes, but what's terrible for you? Fast food, right? But think about it this way. If somebody, okay, if me, blind, has $100 a month to spend on video games, right? And 1,000 games come out per month on Steam. And half of those games are those low-effort, repackaged components games, right? Half of those games are that. And then another 200 of those games are free demos, which are called Prologues, for those repackaged no-asset games. Okay? I'm making up numbers here, right? So let's say 700 of those 1,000 games that release on Steam. 200 of them are free demos for the other 500. And then 300 of them are games that have been in development for a really long time. Or a couple of years that are wholly unique asset and music and design-wise. Who deserves my money more? The person who spent 6 months cobbling together some assets that they purchased to then make a profit? Or the person who's making art? I guess at that point it's an ethical decision and what you would think is ethically correct and who you'd rather give money to. But for me personally, I would rather go to the mom and pop burger joint and buy a burger that costs maybe $1 more than the fast food burger that I know where the beef came from and I know where all of the ingredients came from. What are some examples of free demos in a way behind in the game industry? Oh, so you want me to show you a prologue? Here, I'll show you a prologue. There's none on the front page currently, but this is one that came out recently. Animal Shelter Prologue got 1,000 positive reviews. It's a free game. It's partially published by Playway SA. You scroll down here and you add the actual game to your wish list. This is a recent one. This is Animal Shelter Prologue. Looks like a very well-made shovelware game. Prologue. Just go to Steam and type in Prologue. Pro, L-O. L-O. I can't type. Pro, L-O-G-U-E. I just press enter. These are all of them. And some of these are like big publishers too, like where was one that I spotted as I was scrolling by? Like Legend of Keepers, which is a game I've streamed, has one. Fights in Tight Spaces has one. This was a Kickstarter game that a team member of mine likes. I don't even know what Planet Crafter is. But like, look at when these all came out. These all came out like in the last year because that's when this shit started. I guess a few started in like 2019, but like just type in Prologue on Steam and start scrolling. Jupiter Mecha, that's like a game that's not even out yet, and this is one that's gonna come out. So this is a game that's like TBA, right? This is a game that's TBA. They haven't released their free Prologue yet. And you go here, and here's the actual Steam page. So they're doubling up the Steam page. So they're cluttering the market. Like Loop Hero had one. One of my favorite ones is Stone Shard's Prologue, which still exists. This is the first 2 hours of Stone Shard. right? So if you play this, it makes it look like Stone Shard is a game with a very good leveling curve, interesting boss fights, and good dungeon design. This is a hand-built 2-hour intro to the main game, and is nothing like the rest of the game. I consider this actually to be false advertising, because it is completely non-representative of the actual game that you're buying. And notice the reviews here. It's like mostly positive and then very positive, right? Pretty damn good. You go look at Stone Shard. Mixed and mostly positive. And they were mixed for quite a while. So there's a lot of examples of these where, or like Succubus. I can't even open this page because this has porn on it. But Succubus is another one. Like the Prologue has significantly more reviews than the main game because it's free, right? So it's legit just marketing for your other game. And I don't know. It hurts my brain. So that is like a huge problem with Steam. And like there's YouTubers that fucking cover these things. And it's like literally like you're promoting a thing that is stopping other games from getting sales, because the issue is they show up here. And they're like, also this is like the most unapologetic Loop Hero clone I've ever seen. Like they'll show up here, right? In the top selling games, in the new and trending, which, you know, a game like Witchwood, right? Like this is a neat little game. If 4 of those prologues decided to come out tomorrow, it would be gone. You legit should figure out a way to put Doom RL up on Steam and use it as a prologue for this. But anyway, enough of that rant. I hate it. People call them demos, and sometimes I'll promote them if I know that there's a prologue that exists for a game that I'm playing, but like an example actually was Songs of Six had one, but they delisted their prologue when the actual game came out. So Songs of Six had a prologue. They delisted the prologue and made it into their demo when they released the game, which that's fine. I don't have any issues with that. Yeah, hundreds of games are added a week now. Absolutely. But if like a bunch of them are all free, it's fucked up. Especially considering like your game on Steam now lives and dies based on how many wish lists you get and how many follows you get, right? And if you've got 2 games out there both getting wish listed and followed, because like a lot of those prologues, if you scroll down that list, are not even out yet, alongside of actual release. So because like it's an example of this is, you know, YouTube channels that'll upload a video and then upload clips of that video to advertise the original video, which I definitely do now. Like I do those with my Tarn Adams interviews, right? I talk with Tarn Adams, I upload that, it gets like 20,000 views, and then I take like 3-minute clips and I clip them out and I upload those a second time so I can monetize the interview more, because those take a lot of time to put together, and also it brings more views back to the original one, and sometimes get more views than the original video to begin with. So it's literally like me reusing content on YouTube. It's the exact same fucking thing. And it hurts me that people have to do that on Steam now. It's so fucked up. I don't know. The Steam needs to either make a separate category for them so they don't get surfaced there, or like just ban them all, because you are doubling your chances to get clicks. Anyway. Hey, Cyrolac, what's up, dude? This turned into a TED Talk, but I don't know. As somebody who has to abide by algorithms, that shit sucks. And the first 2 publishers that I saw using prologues heavily were Hype Train Digital and Playway SA. And Playway is notorious for, well, let Epion talk about Playway if you want to know anything about Playway. Playway is like to the point where I know I have friends who play those games, and I'm not gonna mock them for it, because they're often like silly and stupid and popcorn friendly, but it's like they're not exactly very good to the people that work for them. If you don't want to support bad companies, maybe don't support Playway. Maybe don't. They're like the Walmart bargain bin, corner of the barrel kind of crap. You spent the whole day doing nothing important. That sounds wonderful, man. Try and level up love. Take another point in Hellrunner. But I hope that that wasn't just like, I hope that that was like, made sense to you guys. I know, like, add another rip, like, just it's one of those things where it's like I'm totally fine with people buying assets and repurposing assets to make more games. I'm totally cool with that. No issues there. I'm also totally cool with the idea of the Prologue system. But when you stack the two of them on top of each other, it means like the more of those exist, the more games are just going to go completely unnoticed. And usually when these subjects come up, somebody pipes up and calls me a gatekeeper. Like I'm gatekeeping the games industry. But maybe that's true. But I like to think it's more of a, or less of a gatekeeping thing. And instead more of a, I like the artistry of this industry and I hope it stays that way. But, you know, also, there are companies working on AIs that'll just design assets for you. So, you know, in a couple years, we're not going to have artists anyway, so who cares? We're going to have to buy a game with boutique artistry in it. There are several stories of them behaving like that friendly old guy in the neighborhood with candy. And then just for later to fuck you over. Yep, I've heard a number of stories about, oh yeah, we had a game that was supposed to be published by Playway. Okay, so I can skip Shadow Halls. I mean, we could actually go to Shadow Halls. Oh, it's a Toxic Cerberus. That sucks. Stabby.
Fuckers.
Looks away from blind IRL, don't definitely. Now, see, here's the thing. Research AI. I just hope that, and I this goes for every industry. This isn't just games, you know? I hope that art still has a human touch in 50 years. I hope that creativity is still expressed by humans, right? You're a little torn and pretty much in agreement. You've always been a fan of the shareware model. Me too! Episode 1 of Doom being free, etc., and making games that are based on largely dependent on and the releasing programs to saturate the market is a bit nasty, though. See, here's the thing. I'm totally okay with people having demos. And I'm totally okay with people having a free portion of their game. What I don't like is that it's presented exactly the same way as a normal game. Right? That's what I don't like. If they have their own section of the store, like if you go to Steam, there are multiple cordoned off portions of the store to not clutter the market, right? The early access games don't show up on the new and trending area, for example, right? Early access games don't show up there at all because people got tired of and started complaining about feeling swindled, in air quotes, of, I didn't realize this was an early access, right? So Steam made it very clear and moved them to a separate section of the store. They're just delisted from that. Like, they still pop up in the top sellers. Like, if an early access game is selling real well, it'll show up at the top of the top sellers. But they don't show up in the new and trending because they're not officially released. If they just did that to the prologues, I'd have no issues with them. Like, legit, if that's all that they did, if they just delisted them from that, I'd have no problem. Playway buys a studio with clever ideas, makes trailers for their not yet existing games, releases Steam pages for them, and then axes the whole thing if it doesn't bring in enough wish lists and forces them to route the team back to work. I'm sure it's even better now that they also force them to make a prologue. Like, I've seen blog posts on some of these prologues that are like, enough of you should look up Janitor Simulator, Sliff. Enough of these or it got enough wish lists that we've been greenlit to finish the game. What? I can't remember which game it was. It was just some game that released a prologue not too long ago. But like, they released this prologue, and it reminds me of this game called Splash Deck. And Splash Deck was made by the people who made I Am Bread and more recently I Am Fish and that one other game, and made some other games as well. But they released a demo or a free version of a game called Splash Deck, which was literally like skateboarding Splatoon. So the idea was you had a skateboard and you'd skateboard around the map and do skateboard tricks like Tony Hawk, but every time you'd land a trick, it would splatter the map with paint. And the idea of the game was your team had to get more paint on the field than the enemy team, right? So it was literally like Tony Hawk tricks around the map while trying to cover the map with more of your paint. You couldn't attack the other players. There was a way to stun them, but like you couldn't really hit people, so it wasn't violent. It was just like splashing paint everywhere, the skateboarding game. It was really cool. But they released it the same week that like Call of Duty came out, and they stated they're like, oh, we didn't get 50,000 concurrent players, so we're not going to finish the game. And that's how it feels with a lot of these now, where it's like they have to do well or the game doesn't get greenlit. It's like, what the fuck? Level 6 remote lockdown, level IO level 5 if you wish to. Okay. Shadow Hall's level 1. Vedic Mines level 3. Okay, so I have to turn on the elevator from elsewhere. Plasma rifle. 5. Black Site has some specialized equipment. How much poison resist do I have? Like none. Got partial poison. Don't really need armor, so I don't need to go Mephitic. I think I'll just do black. I think I'll just do Shadow Halls. Even though I don't have the heart, I think we'll just do Shadow Halls. Yeah, hopefully this stream isn't too ranty for you guys, but as somebody who likes arguing to death about game genre titles so that games that I like won't get lost in a cloud of games that call themselves a genre that they're not actually, just because their genres don't have the SEO. That shit just bothers me to no end.
Need to reload.
How? Really? Okay, that's got a wide berth on that. You love listening to a good rant? Well, my voice hurts. That's actually not true. It doesn't. I'm fine. Accuracy mod pack. Damage. Get the aim bonus. Let's give you Ripper. I just threw it.
666, the number of the beast. Sacrifice is going on tonight.
Well,
It's quiet. Too quiet.
That's definitely gonna wake some people up. Thanks for the $6.66, Epion. Rory, we now know how long your number one's gonna last, which is 3 hours. Just saying. But thank you much. That beautiful cover is by my moderator, Stoned Hobo. He actually did some other terrible covers for me, which I never added as rewards because I'm lazy. Sang by Hobo, yep. Or yelled. He also composed the backing track, if I'm not mistaken. It's like a modified MIDI file of Number of the Beast. Chat, can I get a round of beers or rocks? Preferably rocks. Epion. Better than a lot of karaoke versions I see. To be fair, he is in a band. He is in fact in a band. There's extra supplies in the Shadow Halls level 3. Oh, that's neat. He's in a cover band. We're playing Weezer covers recently. God damn, those suck. Yeah, no, it's kind of bonkers actually. I'm expecting today to be quiet because like I don't know if you noticed, but come on, being an A-bot. But I'm streaming every single day of December up until the
That hit the spot.
up until the 24th, which is the last day I'm streaming, and then I'm gonna take a couple days off. I'm just kind of doing it as a way to oh, there goes that door. Just kind of doing it as a way to say thanks for the whole year and whatnot, but I'm streaming daily, so Monday's my normal day off. This is one of my 2 normal days off. And you'll be tuning in. Hello! So this is one of my normal days off, so there's still some people who like haven't figured out that I'm streaming 24 days in a row. I normally take Mondays and Fridays off, but here we are. What do you mean? And also, hey, Mind. You're doing well. Up. Ah, yes. I've played some modded Supreme Commander in my day. Supreme Commander is fun, though.
Bring 'em on.
Bit of a faff. Bit of faff and riffraff. Chocobo. Trying to think, what direction should I step? Unstable fire. All right, you know what? Let's just do this. So do I still get pain while I'm, even though I'm not getting any effects from pain? Because I haven't been looking. Things are pretty good, Dabby. We're hitting stream number 2,000 on the 20th, which is wild. Either Sunday or Tuesday the next day. Either Sunday before or Tuesday the next day. You mean like what days? Because I'm down. I'll do a stream with you whenever you want. Just, you got to tell me. And such still work? Okay, so then let's do that. Yeah, just give me a day and I'll make it work. Like, I'm streaming every day, so it really doesn't matter. Give me a day and a time. But things are pretty good, Debbie. Yeah, it'll be my 2000th stream next Monday. It's, like I said, kind of whack. Salt SMG, eh? I feel like finding ammo for that's gonna be a pain. Yeah, I could absolutely do something when 1.3 is out. Because that's not until, what, February? So that gives us lots of time to plan. A lot of Risk of Rain 2 lately. Beat it before your friend bought you the game? Well, who bought you the game? That's funny. The last enemy left is just a turret, so I just have to go and get it.
Man.
All right. You'll be genuinely proud of? Is there a reason you're not proud of this update? Or is it because, like, you spent so much dev time making mouse support work? Come to me. We must support all mice. Well, I mean, this game has full mouse support now. You can play the entire game from end to end with a mouse. You want more and more stuff and you're constantly mad that you don't add all of it? Yeah, no, I understand that. Well, I mean, on the bright side, you're getting paid now. And from my uneducated streamer's point of view, it looks like the game is doing better than previously. It gets more reviews than it did before release. So it seems to be doing significantly better than before launch, regardless of how well it's actually doing. That's whack. I expected that to move me out of there, but it didn't. All right, what's a good perk for right now? How about Iron Man? I have more HP, man. Oh my god, everybody is right on fucking top of me. Let's just do that. All right. That little sneaky sideways dash got me out of the scary area. No, it's the rework of the first half of the game, and I assume the mid-bosses? When you did stream 1, did I think I would have 2,000 streams? No, but I was pretty convinced I'd do 365, which I did do. But, no. No, I didn't think I would have 2,000 streams under my belt. Also, I'm way too proud of that move. I feel like a fucking ninja. All right. So to those of you who didn't know what I did is you can't move diagonally in this game, right? But you can attack diagonally. So there was a closed door right here. And when I was standing here and there was like 3 guys right there, plus a bunch of people here, I attacked this door to sneak diagonally and jump down there.
Apparently this is 4 years. Cheers, dude. Crypt beer, crypt beer, crypt beer.
Allegedly. I am amazed that so many people have stuck around that long. But we're still here, apparently. Thank you very much for keeping that sub alive for a 4th year. I'd say here's to many more, but I... like, only do that if you want and you can afford it. Well, this is interesting. I just received a notification that I can now see why people don't renew their subs. That's interesting. Allegedly, I've lost 4 subs in the last 30 days due to manual renewal, meaning they manually resub. 3 disappeared due to financial reasons, and 1 due to viewers' schedule. I'm surprised they're not all just because, fuck this guy. Just kind of what I was expecting. What, seeing why people drop their subscriptions? Like, why share that? It's useful information. I mean, like, you know when you unsubscribe from a thing and then, like, it pops up, it says, why are you unsubscribing? It gives you a multiple choice thing. It's just surfacing that information, which is actually really useful. Like, that's genuinely useful information. Just swap the helmet out. I don't want to keep repairing that one. It's useful information as long as it's not shared publicly. It's just like dislikes are useful information as long as they're not shared publicly. But the second they're shared publicly, it becomes a mode of harassment, which is the exact same thing as this. When it's private feedback, it's very helpful. When it's public feedback, it's not helpful. It's like when somebody leaves a negative review for a Steam game because the game has a bug in it that they found, instead of just simply submitting the bug report. It's like, that doesn't actually help anybody. Like, you're just helping the game sell worse, instead of just submitting the bug report. But if you just submit the bug report and bug get fixed, then yay. Oh yeah, because you have the affiliate button, right? Yeah, you would get the same email. But Zycrom, thank you for the B raid. How have you been? I hope that you're hanging in there, honey, because it's a large world out there that has many places to comb about. I'm running out of B puns. Thank you very much for the raid. How you doing, Zycrom? Welcome to the Pungeon. So instead, I'm just harassing you with B puns. I get you, Genklord. Happy to be of service. Friendly local streamer here. We're playing Jupiter Hell, which is a traditional roguelike. If you're not too familiar with these types of games, think like XCOM, but you control one dude. It is the spiritual successor to a Doom fan game. I mean, when you larva as long as I do, eventually you become one with the queen, and you can never run out of beehives in this field of flowers. That didn't even make any sense. Now I'm just speaking in metaphor. Betaphor? Metaphor. Yeah, and he's in the chat, and he just responded to you, Jean-Claude. I very much like this game. I have like 350 hours in it, and I played it throughout early access. So yes, it is indeed the same people/person who did the Doom the Roguelike. Yeah. And it's just got a patch this morning. That's got ambush on it, which I kind of want to try. Finding 7.62 ammo is no harder than finding plasma, so. We're mostly operating off of the sword anyway. So. All those sword and love. Zycrom! Congrats, you've gifted 50 subs in channel. I'm not going to repeat all of the B puns. So instead I will spare you the pain and say thanks for gifting a sub to Jean-Claude. Chat, gonna get a round of beers for Zycrom. What were you streaming today? How was your stream? How's things, man? Also, I need to read what ambush does because that's new. Bonus damage against enemies at or above 100% health. Enemies above 100% health? That's a terrifying concept. Legend of Keepers? Ew, did you keep many legends? Did you refuse to pay your employees and fire the management when they didn't meet your standards? My B pun stink. That's the one I forgot! Fuck! I'll remember that next time. Unfortunately, they sting so hard I die. Alright, well, that's enough running in circles. It's the least you can do for making them die all the time. You know what's weird? Is you pay them, but you don't mandate that they carry their money with them so that when they die, you can't just like pick up the payments for the last 6 weeks and take them home with you. Is this game scary or is it the mushrooms? Yes. Mushrooms are probably helping. You know?
Who needs light anyway?
Who needs light? When I have a katana. It's getting dark in here, so take off all your Ooh. Ooh. I need some of this. There we go. I got 130 bullets. That's good. And I'm also going to charge this. And,
no room.
Some of this. How many multi-tools do I have? Okay. More than I thought I did. Huh. Well, goodbye, frag grenade. What hive we become, I think. I see the bee puns really generated some buzz in the chat. Yeah. My favorite one still is calm down, honey. We got more to comb through before we're done here. That's probably my favorite one. Speaking of, that almost looks like a honeycomb-ish shape. Relevant. Yeah, I wrote it myself. Thanks. I came up with that one because a stream I used to watch used to speedrun a game that had a chunk towards the end that was just a giant beehive. Oh my god. I can go back and get that grenade now. Three, two, one, two. Okay. But yeah, he used to speedrun a game that had a huge chunk of bees towards the end. And so chat would just be flooded with bee puns. So I spent way more hours than any human should thinking up bee puns. To the point where like I was able to make one of my cousins at Christmas so mad at me about my bee puns that he punched me. So I think that I am sufficiently uncle material at this point. Crying baby burp. Yeah, go do baby stuff. Poison definitely stings. This is fact. Oh, for fuck's sake. It's like I've been here before. This is handy. They block their own line of sight. Bob, thanks for the host, by the way. Surprised my helmet's still as intact as it is. But yeah, if you're interested in checking this game out, it is currently 20% off. It's funny, I always say that I'm not here to sell you video games when I'm streaming, but this is one of the few games that I'm like, yeah, I'm here to sell you this video game because I want them to make more video games. God damn it. I'm just a fanboy that wants more of this shit, so. Justin Bieber. Oh no. That's convenient. Ow. Oh, come on. I'm gonna walk away from you.
That hit the spot.
Oh.
That's how we do things downtown.
Well, at least we get 5%, now 15% of enemy HP back on kill. Medusa are scary. I hate Medusas. They're just mean. I mean, every roguelike needs that one enemy that you just go, ah! When you see them, and this game has like 4 of those now, which is great, but also, ah! Shall I reiterate? I'm going to manufacture a AV2 katana and then dismantle my normal katana.
Yeah, I'm a fucking hoarder, okay?
Put that on my katana. Wounded biological enemies. That might be helpful for the end, actually. Medusa, Warlocks, and... do Archmedusas count as a different kind of enemy? Medusas, Warlocks, and other Medusas. But yeah, Archmedusas and Arch Warlocks are the ones that I go, ah. Medusas, I just roll my eyes and whimper a little bit. No, see, the Exalted Medusa and Exalted Warlocks aren't enemies. That's just a runaway sign. It's not something that you fight with. You see one and you take your tail, if you have one, which I don't, and you grab it and you pull it between your legs and you fucking run. That's what that shit is. Oh. I also just realized we're almost done with Edgy Zone. Exalted Warlocks are actually the only enemy that appear on N and higher by resurrecting from a Warlock. Oh, really? I'm pretty sure I've seen Exalted Medusas. I don't know about Archmedusa. I'm kind of at the point now where I can just, like, run past shit. I'm just gonna kind of sneak around. Also, I'm aware I skipped the Dark Cathedral. Yes, please. As I'm sitting here, like, the only thing I really want for my build right now is a better helmet, which I just got. Every other thing is just kind of optional. And Haas has raided me. Is it raid blind o'clock? How you doing, Oz? How is thing? You're on at a weird hour. Aren't you normally on, like, in the middle of the night my time? Like, I'm pretty sure you're generally on at, like, 2 o'clock in the morning my time. But good day, Haas. You guys don't know Haas. He plays weird games and has a good voice. He's fun to listen to. Ow. I really want to fight you in melee. Okay. I'm just going to walk around you. Swear I just saw a Medusa up there. Maybe I didn't. Was special stream? Oh. Well, I hope you had good friends stream. Are you mocking me for being rusty and playing on an easier difficulty, Epion? So I'll have you know that I'm very offended. It's been snowing and raining at the same time for the last week. Does that count? None of it really sticks. I can't remember where you're at, Dabby. I'm pretty sure you're further east than me, aren't you? Because east gets a lot more snow than I do. We don't really get that much snow up here. Like, we get tropical winds from Hawaii, from the ocean, all the time, so. me. 762. You don't have to say forgive me for trolling because I throw that kind of mocking stuff at Epion all the time. I mean, Epion used to mock me so much for being bad at this game, I literally added an additional sound command that he got Mark Meer to record so that he could remind me to heal. Like...
Yeah, I'm a fucking hoarder, okay?
Heal, damn it!
No! I'm almost at full health. That would be redundant and a waste of a med kit right now.
See you in hell, bastards.
I do, however, need to pick up that ammo. So where did that Medusa I saw go? Unless I'm just, like, dreaming. Today is your day? Oh, damn. I mean, you got a pretty decent payout. A couple people won. All right, let's go. The Medusa died? We must have. There a reload sound command? No. You know, I've never actually looked at the description of these on the floor. Smoke grenade or stim pack? What do I want? Smoke grenade or stim pack? I don't know. Yeah, but have you seen the way I play Dante? I just run through and pretend there's no enemies in there. So smoke grenade might actually be helpful, but so would a stim pack. Use stim pack now. I'm also, like, offended by my lack of, gas grenades.
Something strange about this place.
Very offended by my lack of gas grenades. Ow. You frickin' wanker. You can fabricate plenty of grenades soon enough. Yeah, but I'm also looking at my ammo count and thinking, I don't know if I want to fabricate grenade. I just want to fabricate ammo.
Carrying too much shit. No room.
No room. That's a lot of ammo. I think it's big dudes down here. Walk up here, boy. There you go.
Need to get rid of some shit.
All right, what is left? Must have just stepped on a barrel. I regret everything. Like I said, I regret everything. Hey, look, more ammo. How convenient. This game looks decent. Yeah, it's okay. Annex. 350 hours, okay. Not bored yet. I got bored with a couple patches back when, but that was back when half the mechanics weren't in the game. Like, I got bored with the first, like, oh, there is a Medusa. This is a duel I'm losing. At least there's a med kit on the floor.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfuckers.
Yeah, if you're curious at all about this game, Annex, Epion CF in the chat made
That
it.
hit the spot.
I dropped 2. That's confusing. Oh no, I dropped 2 over here.
That's better.
You know, it's nice that you came in and said this game looks decent. I don't believe I've ever actually had somebody pop into the chat while I'm playing this and someone is just like, this looks like trash. I've never had anybody do that, which is neat. Because, like, often when I'm playing this game, Epion's in my chat, so. Totally skipped the special area. That's fine. Thanks for your 2 cents. You have a good night.
The devil's asshole.
I'll hang on to them. Keep them for safekeeping. Turn them into pennies. Welcome to Dante. The level that exists so that I can go this way and make some grenades and then run the fuck away. Uh-oh. Hello. Why are you in my doorway? Why is there 2 of you? Why is there a big dude behind you? Walk away, you big fat robot. Fuck yeah, Annex. Like, everybody's in finals right now. Kind of brutal. I wish that there was, like, a whistle button. I understand why there isn't. Because it would not be very fun mechanically, but I would use it if there was. Oh man, I didn't realize that they could like drop their flashlights on the ground. See, I need 2 of those. Combat pack is a military combat drug for prep for harder engagement. 5 turns provides health regeneration 10%. I don't even think I have space for you. I think I'd prefer to have more stim packs than that. I think I value the instant health more.
No room. No room. No room.
Oh, I should probably reload and then try and pick up the bullets. But yeah, no, this is a... If you're unfamiliar with this game at all, this is the spiritual successor to Doom the Roguelike, which was a free fan game. And this game is one of the best traditional roguelikes on Steam and like the for sale market. It's impossible to compare it to, you know, games that have been in development for decades, but so I just have the plasma grenade. I guess I could chuck one of the big med kits because there's another one in the boss fight room. It's like a very pretty version of Cogmind. Are you trying to tell me that like Cogmind isn't pretty? Because Cogmind is beautiful. The problem with Cogmind is the UI is made for ants, and I'm not an ant, so I can't see half the text in that game. And when I try to see it, it gives me a headache. This is a much more of an action game than Cogmind. Cogmind is more of like an immersive sim than this. This has some elements of that, but this is more of like just a tactics game. It's more like a cerebral combat game than Cogmind. Cogmind is like out-thinking your enemy. This is more like out-strategizing your enemy, if that makes sense. But yeah, if you're into Cogmind and you enjoy Cogmind, you'd probably also like this. I watched a 12-hour stream of KY Razzie, or however you're supposed to say his name, the developer of Cogmind, playing this and beating it on his first try. It only took him like 3 days. My escape key just fell off. Get back on there. Silly brown switches. Ah, I want more grenades. All right, I'm just going to hope.
That's better.
I'm not going to regret that. It's a crack grenade, crack grenade. Follow you. I'm overpowered? I'm probably. But I also haven't played this game in 3 months. So damn right I want to be overpowered. I should just clear the floor. Considering it, according to this, everything is dead pretty much.
No room.
I'm not I don't have enough ammo to tackle, and I'd have to chuck half my ammo to do Inferno. Or I'd have to chuck out my grenades and like, well, actually I do have melee. Don't tempt me. I kind of just want to get a win. Don't underestimate my ability to fuck up. Sliff. Do not underestimate my ability to fuck up. Are there any hex tile games I like? Wasn't I legit? I was playing a game called Shadows of the Forbidden Gods, which is a game you've never heard of. Which nobody's heard of. Because I'm pretty sure like 10 people have bought that game. But that's a game that has hexes in it that I was playing. I played Humankind earlier this year, which was fine. Left a lot to be desired. I don't generally play like 4X games specifically.
No room.
If that's what you're asking. Okay, so I'm thinking about just using those 3 multi-tools and picking more ammo. That's what I'm gonna do. Pick those up, repair my helmet. Let's go get me some more bullets. I'm worried about ammo. That's the only thing I'm worried about. It's just ammo. Now I'm not worried about ammo. I'm assuming you're asking Annex that question, not me. Yeah. Like, when it comes to turn-based games, I prefer a game like this, generally. I'm more of a hot dude stuff gamer than a 4X gamer. Wait, when you say dungeon crawler, do you mean first-person dungeon crawlers? Like, what exactly are you referring to when you say dungeon? Like, do you mean like the Legend of Grimrock style shit? 'Cause I played Legend of Grimrock way back when. I was planning on playing Grimrock again this year, but it just kind of never happened. I like turn-based ones. I'm not super fond of real-time ones, though. Unless it's like grid-based real-time. Just because real-time ones end up falling into the same problem that I have with a lot of first-person shooters, where I just kind of get sick. And I've played a couple that have like weirdly low field of view, so like I'm pretty picky. But yeah, I play them. It's not frequently. I played Might and Magic game, a bunch of the Might and Magic games. I played a lot of the I have Wizardry like. I know I have Wizardry 7 and Wizardry 8, and I have one other one I can't remember. It's one of the lower numbers, all on a disc that is definitely legal that a friend burned for me. That I had ages ago, that I played a lot of. But that was like decades ago. I've never really figured out a way to stream them, and I've never really tried streaming them. I actually played Star Crawlers this year, and it was some of the worst chat activity and viewer stats that I've had in the last 5 years, so I didn't stream it for very long. You can really tell as a streamer when nobody cares. That was definitely one of those nobody gives a shit games. Let's see. Get fucked. Every year there's this game jam that happens on Itch that I think about taking part in and I never do. Or not taking part in, but covering. Similar to the way I'd cover the 7-Day RL, where I stream a bunch of the games from it. No, I have not. Epion. Which is a first-person dungeon crawler game jam. It happens relatively shortly after... Ooh, we could just grab that. That or I could get Furious, which increases my damage bonus. Do that.
No room.
Oh boy, oh boy. I don't need that. It's tempting, but I don't need it. I might need it in a minute, though. It's not just Linux. I have Battle of West North installed. I've played it a handful of times. I've never streamed it, though. It's on Steam, and it runs on everything. It's not just on Linux. It works on Mac, Windows. I really kind of get annoyed when people are just like, it's a Linux game. It's like, not really. Works on Linux, but... Focused rocket launcher with a magazine. No idea why standard rockets still fit in it. Huh. I'm not going to take that. I have a sudden, massive suspicion what your other project is, though, Epion. Slight suspicion. It's not that completely unrelated. Okay, sure. They all say. That's just a normal Medusa. Okay, well it died, so that's fine. Well, so Annex, TLDR, like I already stated earlier, Epion made this game. But he also has made a bunch of other games, one of which he's working on a spiritual successor for on the side of this one, called Aliens RL. And Aliens RL is a game that I'm particularly fond of. So it's also getting a spiritual successor like this game for Doom RL. And he mentioned earlier today that he's working on another project, and now he's asking me if I play dungeon crawlers, and he stated that his other game was a turn-based game, so I'm just putting 2 and 2 together and making assumptions.
This is it.
I do this to people. It's just like I figured out the game that my little sister did QA on in about 10 minutes of talking to her, with a few unrelated side comments that she made about other things that she worked on and mechanics that she had to test it working in games QA. And I was like, so you're working on blah, and she goes, shut up! I'm like, so I just guessed what your NDA not supposed to tell me. Got it, won't say anything more. Like that kind of shit. Final boss time, let's go. Right part of the world to have an Amiga. Why am I walking so slow that I could just walk? Oh, did you fix the graphical glitch? Nope. When are you gonna fix the mysterious hole? When is that asset gonna get filled in? It's like copy paste something, plop it there. Come on. Ow.
That's better.
All right, well, I want you dead. And you dead. And then I can do that. Make you stand up. Rise to the occasion, sir. Pop you. Scream loudly. All right, let's just sit here for a second. Crack you. Oh, come on.
That's better.
Eh. Crack you. Use a small med kit and then just keep shooting him.
No ammo.
Yeah, fuck it.
Reload.
Let's keep shooting. Step up here. Press 3. Phase kit. Large med kit. Do I run back and grab the other med kit, or do I just sit here? Yeah, we should be fine. I was like, yeah, we should be fine. And then I go grab the other, and chat agrees. It's fine. Because, like, he can't fire rockets anymore, so. Still scary at a distance, but significantly less scary in close range. Yo, is he EMP-able at this point? I don't have an EMP. I'm just kind of asking for science because I don't know.
No ammo. Reload.
That would help. Ow.
That's. I know I'm not
Got
going
him.
home, but at least I'll take these demonic fuckers down with me.
I never even thought about if he's EMP-able, so I guess that answers that question. Still got my heart going. Yay, we win. I think that's actually my first time killing him with a melee weapon, though, on any difficulty, on any class. This is me giving myself a round of applause, you know, yada, 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 yada. Streamer, you're so good at video games. Yay! It's only medium. That was fun, though. I saw some of the new exotics. The game largely, I think, like, and this is kind of the reason I haven't been playing this game as much recently, is, like, it's not that the recent patches have been bad. It's just that they don't make any major visual change to the game. So if somebody's just, like, watching a stream, and I guess this is probably why Epion's so excited about the patch in February, is because, like, at a glance, this still just looks like Jupiter Hell, right? Even though, like, that build was completely different than feeling than, you know, 2 days ago. If I were to do a Marine build, the way I would have built would have been completely different, would have felt different. Like, that bleed reduction is kind of awesome. And, like, there's so many neat little tweaks to all of the basic stats and things, and stuff like burning cauterizes bleeding and stuff like that. It's like there's a lot of under the hood changes with this update that don't look particularly flashy. But that's that. Shoutouts to retired Navy vet for surviving for 11,900 turns. We took medium risks. That's all the shit that we killed. 501 out of 525. You know, it's kind of funny when I was editing the chat I had with Jim Shepard about Dungeon Mans. I found the live stream footage that he did before PAX East, or right after PAX East. I don't know when it was, but because there's a full run where he finishes the game on his Twitch channel of this game from that build, which is kind of incredible because there's a point where he's looking at the score sheet, right? And it's just like, you killed 61 out of 66 enemies because, like, there's only like 8 floors. It's such a short run. We had Medusa's Curse. We had no I didn't even see a relic. A relic didn't even drop. It was the PAX demo build? Yeah. I think it's interesting that footage exists. I think that's the only playthrough on the internet, at least that I can find, that footage. Yeah, you were in the background. Yeah. I could link it if anybody wants. It's just highlighted on his Twitch channel.